Welcome to Rum&tings, where we drink rum and talk about things. I'm your host, Lana.
And I'm Mr. X.
And our guest speakers today are...
Jonathan.
And Katie.
Make sure to like and subscribe. Comment any topics you would like to hear about. And our topic today is compromise. Ooh, that's a tough topic. What do you think about that, Mr. X?
Well, compromising is 100% what relationships and marriage is. See, because you have two entities, people and such, that are coming together. They have their own way of doing things. And they have to figure out ways to make where they can operate, and the other ways to operate without stepping on each other's toes or make them feel uncomfortable.
I see that. What do you think about it, Katie?
Honestly, I feel like that's what Jesus is for.
That's true.
You can love, you can compromise, you can give grace, knowing that he died and gave sacrifice for us. It just makes it easier because we're supposed to be a strand of three cords. God and then us. Three-strand cords not quickly broken. So as long as we both focus on the same thing, knowing that God is in the center, then I think it's easier for both parties to compromise.
Yeah, so he's like the force that holds you together. He melts everything together in the pot. Ain't no separating from that, right? Right, Jonathan?
Facts.
I don't know. I think compromise is that, you are melting together essentially, and it is something that you basically have to conform to each other, but in a way that you don't lose your sense of self,
Right.
but you are fulfilling the duties of your marriage and making the other person, happy.
Right.
Oh, yeah. But you can't forget that even though there's such thing as compromise, it doesn't always mean it's going to be like towards the middle.
Right.
You're going to have to give, meaning
Somebody has to submit one or the other.
Basically.
At some point.
Basically, because, like, for example, she will want me to, like, not go to a specific place because it makes me feel uncomfortable. But it's just like, but I like going there doing these things. And it's not necessarily like I'm doing anything wrong. Yes, you may have some legitimate reasons, but you have to trust that I'm going to be on my best.
It's not that you're going to be on your best. It's just the environment in of itself that is kind of funky. Because it's not like I don't trust you. I just don't trust the other people there.
Okay, I got some stuff. I know I'm good looking, but it's like I could fend them off. I do lifting weights, different stuff.
What you gonna do? You just go walk in, just hulking everybody like smash, stay away. No.
I get a harassing approach, like different age group. Shit, most recently, the cleaning lady at work, she's like, "Oh, Poppy, like, oh, your arm's so big," and I see the guy in the corner, he just like, I think it was ever because not the first time, well, not from her, but
it's not even that. I just feel like if you are in a marriage, then there are certain things that you can't do that you used to do while you were single. So that also comes with just the territory of marriage. Not everything you'll be able to do in the marriage that you are able to do when you were single. So that is a part of the conforming yourself to a marriage. Now that doesn't mean that you can't do everything or anything, but it just means that there are limitations placed on you for the most part that you just can't do.
I mean, I can agree on limitations, but I wouldn't go too far saying that there's some things you can't do. I feel like it's more of if there's a mutual understanding, then lines won't be crossed. And that's where it comes down to, is like knowing that at the end of the day, lines will never be crossed. But that's a problem nowadays because when it comes down to crossing lines, if there are lines crossed, nobody wants to say anything.
But it's lines crossed, but it's the point of if you're with this person, that means there has to be some level of trust. If you don't trust that they're not going to do such a thing, then why the fuck are you there? Because you're going to be, and the reason why I say why are you there, because right there.
Why are you even putting yourself in temptation to begin with? The Bible says that you're not supposed to willingly and knowingly put yourself into temptation. Honestly.
But there's temptation everywhere. Now we're
understand, but like I just said, going back to like I said, you should not willingly put yourself into arms of temptation.
But
See, that's at work.
Hold on, but
You don't,
work-
so
Work is
that's
not
the same
temptation.
thing.
Work is
Wait, wait,
not,
'cause it's the same
work is
thing,
not
though.
temptation.
who says at the end of the day what tempts you is what tempts me though? Or so to
That's a
speak.
fair
That's
point.
what
At
the
end of
Bible,
day.
that's what it means.
'Cause, like-
you yourself, you know
Right,
what tempts
so-
you, so you should
exactly.
not willingly put yourself there.
Right.
Period.
If
That-
you know for a fact that's something that puts you in a place where you know you're not feeling 100% you, where you're supposed to, keep your boundaries, your morals, your ethics. If you can't keep those, no, you shouldn't be going there. If you can't keep those morals and ethics, doing or going anywhere, you shouldn't be doing or going anywhere that gets you to that point.
Yeah, but right here, well, go back to that because you made a good point there, and I want to be very specific. So it's just like she made a point that you should not go to some place where there's temptation and willingly to temptation. Okay, yes, that makes that right there in itself makes a lot of sense. Now let's define that. What is the exact temptation? Because y'all may refer to or think it is just as in going to a strip club.
No,
but
there's not. It's not just a strip club.
But
with
there's-
men.
but
you have
that-
to know your man. Honestly, you truly have to know your partner.
But that is true.
Not
But
just
then
partner.
yeah.
'Cause
But
it's
then
on
again.
both, it's on both rules. Sorry,
Yeah.
go ahead.
Oh no, it's on. It's supposed to. But then again, in there though, it's simply hey, someone will call this temptation for one person, but it really is not temptation. Knowing the difference for that, because some people don't respond. Sometimes.
Right, and I understand that because if I were to walk into a strip club, I'm not tempted. That doesn't attract me. It doesn't make me like, oh my god, no. Like you're a man, you got a penis, like you're shaking it like an elephant's trunk.
It does
Cool.
nothing. Absolutely
It doesn't
nothing.
do anything for me. Like now, if that was my man in the bedroom, come
Still
on,
nothing.
baby. That's different. But still, but for some men, being in a strip club with several different women, that temptation of them wanting them, that may be temptation to them. Or going to a racetrack where that there's girls there and they are they're heterosexual, so that could be your temptation. You know what I'm saying? So if that's your temptation and you're married, I feel like personally that's your temptation. You willingly know it. You know better, you do better. So you should not put yourself in that position, even if it's fully clothed at a racetrack, knowing that that's what gets you going. That's what gets your motor going.
Okay.
It's not right as a married person because you took vows with that person, not everybody at the racetrack or everybody at the strip club or everybody at the grocery store.
Oh yeah,
Facts.
that's correct. As long as it's within the certain reasonable thing. Because if it just because if it's that specific place, yes, that's understandable. But you gotta keep in mind that hey, the same thing is there is everywhere else, and this is America. Sex is everywhere.
Well, yeah, but
You
you're
have
not
to-
gonna walk
you-
up in a Walmart and just be like, "Ooh, big booty everywhere." and
Girl, you
fall
literally
for
just
it.
talking about 10 old men come up to you, hey, you got a man? No, or you like, oh yeah, I got a man, I'm married. Oh, it's okay. You sure you're happy?
That's
in your
not
marriage?
tempting me in any way,
But-
shape, or form.
But if he's better looking though,
No, see,
No,
if she
what?
has her eyes closed off, and that's where you men have
Mm-hmm.
to understand. If her eyes are closed off to any other man, it doesn't, to all other men except for her husband, it doesn't matter.
No.
Because even if they look attractive, looks is literally only that. They can be very deceiving,
But you-
and a person is a whole inside and out.
Facts.
Who cares what they look like? Because that Disney princess story that everybody wants really isn't that Disney princess
Get 'em,
story.
But
If you
here's-
get
but here's
have
the
somebody
point,
that
though.
looks like Cinderella and her husband.
But here's the point, though. That's
That-
still-
I know Ken and Barbie all day
even
long.
though,
but
even
they're
if you're
really Ken
not
and Barbie.
biting, that is still technically temptation.
Absolutely, agree completely. But and a woman in that specific instance, she's able to say psh, whatever, because to her that's just a blimp. Like just a minor blimp on my radar, I'm good. Even if I'm not, that's where you also have to be secure in yourself and in your marriage. So if somebody were to approach me, I'd be like, even if I hate him that particular day, I'm going to be confident enough to be like, okay, whatever. That still isn't going to tempt me because I know who I am as a person, because at the end of the day, you take vows.
Okay, so
Facts.
that same logic should be given to that same
Vice
space right
versa.
there should be given to the husband, unless you believe that this person ain't that strong. Because since
Touche.
as the woman, as y'all women feel that, hey, oh, y'all look at dick as whatever and take it from the point of it's because it's so easy for y'all.
But that's what I'm.
But the difference is it's so easy for y'all.
Right.
So that's how y'all. That's a mindset of it's nothing. And the guy who gets it that often and that easy, he will have the same mindset too. So with that same logic there, where it's like, hey, have confidence in yourself or not. Shouldn't that be the same thought process be applied onto the men in similar situations?
Nah, because men are weaker of the flesh.
Agreed. They are the weaker.
You see these guns? A weakness? Baby girl.
Men are weaker when it comes to the flesh.
I'm confused. So who's the one that got us over here in sin? I could have sworn
Did
it was
Adam
the
take a
male.
bite though?
He did.
He did.
After
After
be
who?
strong
He did.
enough to say, "Baby,
Exactly.
I don't want that apple because God
Facts.
said no,
Thank
and
you.
he wasn't
Facts.
and
And then-
strong enough. He
He was
succumbed
not.
to the woman's sex. It is what it is.
So did.
So we
And that
right
ain't
then
no
and
Adam
there,
Thank you.
we were the devil tempting you. You won all because, like I
Shit,
said,
why the fuck would
it's
we
the
the devil?
pretty- it's
Y'all
the pretty
are
packages.
weaker.
Look, girl, it's the pretty packages that gets them.
Thank you.
Okay.
It was a booty.
Man,
It was a
y'all got me
booty.
messed up.
Man.
It was a
And
booty.
At the end of the day,
You could have been strong enough to say, no, I don't want that apple, peach, pear, whatever
shoulda.
it was.
Don't put
Fig
me in the
that
line with
moment.
Adam. I would have corrected you. You wouldn't even talk to the serpent if it was me. So don't
would've
put
talked
me
to
there.
him all right.
Don't put me there. Nah, that not even.
Men are
So-
weaker of the flesh.
Well, let's just
Exactly.
say.
So let me ask you. How many strip clubs are there for men versus how many strip clubs are there for women?
There's a lot more for men.
Yes.
Why?
Why?
Because
men
we
are
like
Because
looking
you
sex.
are
like-
sexual creatures. Hashtag you are the weaker flesh when it comes to women tempting
the
tempting
gender.
you.
Don't say us.
But
Don't say us.
it's
'cause
one of
Okay,
No,
male, like
because-
only males.
But hey,
Yes,
though,
but I'm
but
saying
hey,
you're including us in that, and
Okay.
at least me, I ain't that thirsty.
So,
you know?
it's-
I ain't that man. You know, I can
here-
go without it.
Well, here I got this though. It's like it's there. Strip clubs are out there because it's something that men like to do in visual. It doesn't mean necessarily.
Okay, well let me
Wait,
buy
wait,
me
wait,
some
wait,
wigs.
wait.
Get me some go.
You could.
Get me whatever it
Sure
is you want me to be
could.
at the
You
strip club.
could.
Go see at the strip club. I will be it. Do it behind doors. Oh, you want a different
pull
scenery?
up.
Come on. Let's pull up at XYZ over there, and I'll have my wig on. And you want to do
The
what you do.
heels, the
That's what
pole.
you're. When you marry, that's
But-
what you marry
But
your
no,
partner.
And-
wait,
and-
wait,
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 wait, wait,
no,
wait.
before
And
you-
the
but you
chicken
didn't.
wings.
But you
And
didn't-
the chicken
But
wings,
you didn't let
okay?
it finish.
Add
But
the chicken.
But it wait. We gotta be clear though. It's only in specific places because not all chicken wings at strip clubs are good.
Right. You
But
ain't lying.
there we go.
You ain't lying.
But anyways, it's the same perception when it comes to that. Where we like to admire other women of their beauty and such thing. And
No,
we're supposed
that's
wait,
what
no.
you mean.
Because if there's the same concept of
it's
wasting money
wrong.
and wasting time,
No, it's wrong.
y'all would buy
It's
multiple
wrong.
outfits more outfits than you could wear
No,
per
I
year.
bet you. I bet you. I got more than you can count right now, and I will go ahead. and
Exactly. So that's the same
So
money
it
that's
doesn't
going
matter,
to
but
there.
the point
But I'm
is
not
when
doing it
you
for another man.
marry, you take we're going back to the very beginning of the conversation where there's a 3-strand cord.
Mm-hmm.
When you have a 3-strand cord and God is in the middle of you two, it is not quickly broken.
So,
you
but
have
wait-
to hold
but-
steadfast and know that you married that woman through better, for worse, through thicker, through thin, through ugly, through bad, through fat, through skinny, through whatever your trials, seasons, times are that you're going through. That is the woman that you hold steadfast to. And you are supposed to be content with her. The wife of your youth
Okay.
is what it is said in the Bible. The wife of your youth is what you're supposed to be content with for all
All
your
right,
days
now
on
since
this
since
earth.
we're on the Bible subject,
Absolutely,
if we're gonna
let's
follow
go.
the Bible
Sure, let's go,
specifically,
baby.
so shouldn't the woman be submissive to her
Absolutely.
husband? No, wait,
Absolutely.
though, no, wait,
No,
you
no,
gotta
no,
wait,
baby,
you gotta
I'm
wait,
agreeing
you gotta
with you. I'm
wait,
sorry, go ahead.
you gotta wait.
Yeah.
We just
So-
over here, Jonathan, like just chilling.
Submissive. That means that you must let him lead.
Absolutely.
Lead complete. That means subservient hold off on it. Meaning, hey, if he's handling the business, even though you may not agree.
Okay, hold on.
Wait, no. You
That's
have
a
to
hold on
let me
right there,
finish.
yeah.
That's
No.
because
Because we
I
got
know
to
what you're about
find.
to say. I know what you're about to say. That's why I wanted to go ahead and say there's a difference in not quote unquote agreeing
and just let it see. That's where when you're not saying anything about it, you're like, cool, you do you. Let it come to light. I'm ready. There's a difference when you're doing that as opposed to bitching about it. I am the type of person that is letting you show me. I am a you do it and show me. I'm not going to argue with you about it. I'm not going to fuss with you about it. You show me, and that is absolutely fine. And guess what? At the end of the day, I may, because I have been an independent woman, now I'm changing roles to a stay-at-home wife and mom, and I'm doing what I need to do. I'm serving the Lord, and I'm serving my husband and my children, which is what I feel like I'm called to do as of right now. But
should it be
with
as
that
of right
being,
now, though?
well, because I may want to go back into.
I get you. I get you. I get you. I get you.
Yeah,
I get you.
Yeah, because I may want to go. I mean, I'm not saying that I do right now, but I may want to go back to the workforce. So with that being said, when a wife is telling her husband, "Show me," show her.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Show her, but include her. Continue to, hey, baby, do this with me, or let's do this. You want your woman to be secure in what you're doing. Show her you're confident in what you're doing. Share your thoughts with her. Share your time. And if your woman, and hey, I'm gonna tell y'all right now, if I was a man and I had a woman who was literally letting me lead, letting me do my thing, but was not bitching at me about it, the only thing that she had was some questions. And if my woman had questions, yeah, baby, come on, let me answer these questions for you. I'm gonna answer these questions. And it is what it is because, hey, she's letting me lead.
That is so
true. Every penny that goes through, every penny, she lets me buy. She lets me buy what I want to as long as she gets what she wants. We're happy. So at the end of the day, if the woman doesn't like it, she doesn't have to like it. However, if she's still letting you lead, you have to give that to her. And at the end of the day, we do have to submit to our husbands, absolutely, but we don't have to like it. It's okay. We don't have to like it, but as long as we show you, we're going to let you do it. You do you, boo. I might have some questions along the line, but hey, you got a woman that is submitting right then and there.
You know what the problem is?
Wait. I have we're gonna continue. We're going to continue.
You know what the problem is?
I gotta answer
let me
too.
tell you the true problem is. It's not that the wife submit, right? We ain't got no problem submitting.
Right.
We ain't got no problem following your lead. But the problem is when I ask a question, it's a problem. Why don't y'all like to communicate?
No, because like I said, going back to the part where the husband, listen to this now, and I'm going to repeat it. If a wife asks you a question, you want me to tell you what we want you to back up that question, answer that question, and give it to us in confidence so we can watch you lead us. We're going to have questions, especially if we're an independent woman and we've been out there. Now give us that justification of answering the question, moving on, leading, and letting us watch you lead.
Communicate
is key.
All right, that sounds all good in paper. But we're gonna say, all right, I'm gonna answer it first and then go there. Cause now we're gonna apply a thing. That sounds all good. Does that actually happen in real time? Not at all. Not at all. Not a goddamn all. Not at all.
I mean, I'm not.
It sounds good and perfect, but do it happen? Not really.
I'm waiting on my. I'm waiting.
I'm not really.
I'm gonna say this because when it comes down to it, it's very rare. And when you do, it has to be built because not everyone is built for that. Not everyone can actually submit fully, but when it is done, it's a whole nother ballgame.
See, we're saying it right there where you're saying that must show that he can lead in it. So that he can lead and he can take you from A to B, and as graceful as possible.
Right, absolutely, because we're being graceful.
Wait, though. But you made that point clear. But here's the thing, though. When you pass that threshold, me lifting you up through the door. Well, that door thing there. The door, and we are married. That criteria should have been met before we get to that point. So. When we're in that point, you said I do. That means that you not only meet your qualifications, but you feel me fit to lead. So I can say this from personal experience and stuff, and we did not work that way there. Where it started off what is called today the modern relationship where everything's 50-50.
We live separate lives just living together.
Yes, that's 50-50. That's the modern lifestyle versus the actual traditional standpoint where I take lead. As the second in command, I listen to what your key point is, and I take it as heavy-hearted. You give valid points, then I put that towards the final decision. As your husband, even in the religious standpoint or out of it, which still works, whether religion or without.
Yes, same thing.
That hey, you're supposed to trust in that I'm going to lead you a certain way. If something does not work out, that was not my intention.
But
it just so happened to work out.
See,
that's
not the
where
problem.
we have to give you grace.
But that's not even the problem. The problem is you're the leader. You see the vision, right? Okay, cool. I'm going to follow you to see the vision. But when I don't see the vision like how you see the vision, I'm going to ask questions to say, what do you see that I ain't seeing? And all I need for you to do is, hey, babe, at the end of this road, there's going to be a light at this tunnel. All right, cool. Let's just go down this road. Yeah. That's all we want.
That's fine, though. That is within reason.
And y'all have to believe that, though. Y'all, that's another thing. Like, y'all have to believe there's gonna be light at the end of the tunnel. Cause
you
y'all
have
don't
to give me a
see
valid
it.
reason.
Y'all over here like, bro, like,
I
don't believe you, bro.
But you have to have faith.
Yo, come on now.
Cause we can put.
You sure? You sure?
Cause some things, no matter how you put it, every decision, there is some shape of risk. There's either low, medium, high. True, and even when something has extremely low risk, it could still have extremely high penalty if it does go wrong. Like for example, where back when a time where we did not have it that straight. I was looking at a business opportunity that during the first meeting it did not explain too well. Actually, when they explained it, that shit was kind of suspect. It didn't make the things that make no sense. But since from the person it was coming from and we have history, I chucked up that meeting. I chucked up that meeting as in, hey, he did not give me much information because he did not. So we're different. Then I'm trying to schedule a second event where this time it was just for personal. Now I'm going to there. In the business standpoint, meaning I need to see documents, see things exactly how this function before we go into business.
It was
but you did not. But the so-called let lead, you did not entertain the thought of me saying, "Hey,
nope,
I'm going to sit there and actually thoroughly evaluate everything."
Nope.
So where's that bullshit when you talking about? Oh, let him lead because you said I do. So that means you had some faith in my decision.
Maybe it could have just been a weakness because, honestly, we all have weaknesses. So maybe that could be a weakness for you and she could be your strength.
But how is that a weakness?
It's his weakness because it was somebody close to him, right? And so you ever heard somebody sit down and talk to you and you just see red flags just shooting behind their head and you was
baby,
like,
absolutely.
Did you?
Absolutely. We have an incident. I think we can both agree that was the exact same red flags popping here and there and everywhere.
And he's still like, let's question it further. Nah, ain't nothing to question further. It's just like,
the point. There goes the point. There goes the point right there. Y'all literally just preach the gospel, then don't apply it in real life. Where you said, wait.
I let him make that mistake. That's what I'm saying.
His mistake is so why should I get penalized? So why should I get penalized for somebody else's mistake when I never made that mistake?
I'm talking about you. I ain't talking about him.
No. I'm just saying because we're applying that same logic that you had. It's the point of that. Hey, when I do things, I do it thoroughly, and I separate business to pleasure. If I'm going to do business with you, and you do not hold your part, I'm gonna put that foot in your ass, whoever it is. But then it goes to the point specifically that you did not believe in my trust of thought. It's not simply, hey, I'm going there thought in line.
Okay,
no, I'm
so
coming
hold
with
on.
a report,
But did
we're going to
did
talk
she
about it.
like bitch at you about your thought?
Yes,
process?
yes, Jesus, yes.
I did
Hallelujah.
not.
She get it, yes. Yes, she did. Yes.
Don't,
Oh,
do not
God.
listen to this man. Let me tell you what I said.
Oh,
I
God.
pointed out all the red flags that this man said out of his mouth, and
How
he
did
was
you
like,
point it out?
"No, I
That's
pointed it out. I
how?
pointed it out very clear.
I ain't gonna lie, there was red flags. Yes, I caught that, but
Thank
we're
you.
doing this by drinking.
And when
Yes,
I
you are. I
pointed
can give
it
you that,
out,
yes.
it was
It was
well.
still probably negative though to him, wasn't it?
It was, oh, well, give him the benefit of the
Yeah,
doubt. We
that
don't know
sounds
if he
about
does that all the time. We don't know if that's truly. Sir, you
okay,
heard
but
what
let me
it
ask
was.
you this question.
Mm-hmm.
Looking back, do you feel that you had your heart still, even though you had the fine line, do you still feel that your heart was too involved? As knowing that person on a more personal
No,
level,
negative,
like
no.
you-
Because she's seen how cold this heart can be. It can be
That's a lie.
very word.
It can, but he
Word.
does not realize how much bigger it is and how much smaller it is. That's what he doesn't understand. Like, there's no doubt that you could be cold-hearted. It's just the fact that he don't realize his cold heart versus the big heart. The big heart a little bit bigger than the cold heart.
Okay.
All right? The cold heart a little bit smaller than you like to acknowledge.
That's what I can feel you.
Man, they don't understand, man. They don't get to do that, bro.
We
Okay,
see what
we
y'all
cut
don't
ties.
see.
Exactly.
We
Well, of course.
Hey, you know
But
that
then
song
you don't
"Cutting
know
Ties"
me.
by Black or Six Lack,
can't-
whatever you
can't
want to
guess
call
it
them?
or whatever.
Yo, that's
You can't
me.
guess
Like
it.
I cut ties like.
Oh yeah, I heard it from Takashi 49.
Bro, I swear. I cut them ties like it's easy.
No, I can't.
So at the end of the day, I don't know what they referring to.
Y'all cold
play
heart is not as big as your big warm.
love
Okay,
your
yeah,
heart.
but this, but even then with the cold heart thing, I'm not complete evil person. There's some people
Right.
you'll give them some leeway because I can't just simply as a man we do not and not supposed to react based off 100% of emotion. You have to look at that, sit back and reevaluate it.
Right.
Because it's one of those things where, hey, yes,
Facts.
you had to perceive a judgment. You take into account to everything was going on at that time. We're in a leisure environment. We're drinking, and as such. Then of course, with business, you do not disclose the full thing unless there's a non-disclosure agreement. That's personally how I would do business.
Let me tell you
But
something.
there's moves to up where he just conveniently because of who he was, that he had one more time to pitch it.
Right.
Then and it has to be verified, meaning I have to see
Have
a
documents.
paper trail and everything makes sense.
Let me-
Yes, there were.
Big.
There were some big red flags that I
Okay.
clearly cannot point out right now because people's livelihood would be in stake.
Big.
But
But that's what I'm saying. It's like if you go to a business meeting, right? It's supposed to be casual, right? And you're drinking. I feel like that's when people tell you the truth. Okay?
Yeah.
That is
Because I
when
know
people
some big shit
will tell
talkers
you the
who-
truth.
Tell me this.
Nah, it
A
was
lot of
bad.
times. So you telling me?
It was
So you
bad.
tell me this. And this is a question for both of y'all because you can answer in, but I doubt this applies to you.
Alright.
Plenty of times when you go out there drinking and a guy talking to you and he claimed to have a big dick, which is completely not true.
Nobody approaches
That's
you.
what I'm saying. I've just
Completely not true. So
most-
liquor doesn't always give you the truth. though.
It doesn't. That's how I feel. I feel like most of the time it gives you it's liquid courage.
No,
so it
it's
gives
not
you the
even
courage
that.
to say stupid shit,
Yeah.
funny shit,
But it's not even that,
crazy
right?
shit.
That's
lies.
why we're
If
drinking
you-
on this show.
If you were
Oh, well,
drinking,
I'm not. Sorry.
So we ain't on that.
if you are drinking, right, and this is your time to really sell somebody and impress somebody, then you sugarcoat it. But if you're drinking and you just tell the person the craziest red flags, the craziest things that may or may not be illegal, you'll be like, oh, sir, pull
I
it
would
back.
Right.
Pull it back.
Like, hold on,
Mm.
you already pressed them. Okay, yeah, I
Yeah,
don't know,
nah.
bro.
But here-
I don't know, bro.
But then you got to look at the information that was given. It was vague, where you don't know if it was a one-off and or continuously.
That's
Okay.
what he said.
Then two,
Which one? That it was a knockoff?
no, but it's still vague. What we're
Okay.
saying. Then two, the other factor is that let's be realistic. Every successful business right now did not get there on a complete ethical standpoint. They do not. If we want to put up, they do not.
It's very rare that they did.
Yes, we the same
Even
people.
the ones that are still as clean, still somehow they got somewhere. They put their foot somewhere.
They're cutting corners. People are getting hurt or are getting mistreated during the whole path as their growth. They may even fix their trends after they become successful, but it's a point of they got to A, B, and not so much of a cleanly way.
Right.
There's nothing. I'm not saying that's not true. What I'm saying, if this person only got $10 and we got $50, we got more to lose than then.
Right.
So I'm gonna look at what we have to lose versus what they got to lose. Because at the end of the day, I'm not in their household. I don't care what they lose. That's not on me.
That's not the end of the day, though. The end of the day is, do you trust me to make the best decision before that, and believe that before I sign any dotted line, I'm going to come to you and present something to verify my thought process as my second in command.
Yes, you will verify. But I'm saying is, why waste valuable time and energy into investigating something that I'm telling you go lead you down a very
Because they're
mysterious
men
road?
and they literally
We
want
do
to
our due diligence. It's called due diligence.
You have to let us
Baby,
see
you
that.
truly have to let
You gotta
them do
let
the
us
work,
see
the
that, 'cause
legwork,
at the
even
end
if
of the
it's
day,
double
I'm
work.
diligent.
Don't waste my
Seriously.
time. Don't waste my time or my money. Let me tell you something. If I look at
Time and
something,
money. You ain't doing nothing today. You bored. We're on YouTube because we're bored.
It's our
let me tell you something. If I
Hour.
look at something and I don't see that it look right, or my spirit just say that don't look right, don't even bring that shit.
But
to
hasn't
me.
that spirit been
Don't.
wrong?
Not when.
That spirit been wrong?
When?
When?
This spirit?
Yes.
When?
I rebuke that in the name of the Lord.
When? The Lord gave me this spirit. So tell me when it's
I'm about
been
to move
wrong.
this chair. You about to get struck.
Tell me when it's been wrong. No, if my spirit is saying nope, something is wrong, I ain't going down
And
that
that's
road.
where this
I think that spirit might be the PMS, but I don't know.
It doesn't matter. That's where, unfortunately, we're gonna have to submit. If they're going to do it, they're going to do it. And unfortunately, they're the ones that's going to be judged for it, not us, because God knew how we stood on it. Because unfortunately,
now my bank account gonna be judged, and I ain't.
but that's my point. I mean, but if he does that,
bro.
if he does that and he chooses that, then
he chose
truly
what the
he
bank
has to answer for it. He's the one who has to answer for it, and I know that it's hard. Trust me, I know that it's hard, but unfortunately, we as wives, that's what we have to do. We have to let them lead.
And then once you do it, though, get this. Now, let's say he was right, though. Not saying that he was right then, but let's say he was right then, and that it was verified, and he could do what he said he was doing.
So what is that after that?
If he would have been able to sign, that's you stopping him and the blessings y'all could have had. Saying if it was.
Nah, God told me that was no blessing.
But what
You
if?
sure that's
but
God?
I'm saying though, what if you were wrong?
I was wrong.
Are you sure you're not?
You coulda-
Because she
no,
thought
I
she was
hear
listening
you.
to God, but
No,
that turned out to be the stink in the grass. But
I
I'm
hear
just saying.
you weren't wrong, but I'm saying what if you were? Because what if he heard different?
No,
That's the point of leading.
It's the same
know. I
way
was
that
wrong.
if you were wrong and you were leading, so what?
But that's what I'm saying.
like
Keep it
I
going.
mean,
That's what I'm
Okay,
saying. The next
it
time,
get going.
You can't always.
but-
My thing is, you can't always think that just because you feel like it's wrong, it's wrong.
No, see, okay, let me tell you. My
well,
spirit.
here, let me
I don't go off of just emotion, right?
Okay, there you go.
It was
She gonna do
the
it.
facts that
That's the
also
problem,
persuaded
though.
me.
Yeah.
I will go into a situation. I will be apprehensive, but I will be open-minded.
Okay.
I'll be open-minded, but when I keep hearing red flag after red flag after red flag, and the behavior is not matching up,
Understood.
Right.
then I'm like, no.
Understood.
So again, like, I mean, that's just something that couples gonna have to figure out. Because I mean, if he wrong, he wrong.
Yeah, it's
Like,
one of
and
those
she's wrong,
things.
she's wrong. Like,
That
that's what it
is
is.
true.
Somebody's
And we
going to
gotta
be taking
keep-
the
we gotta
L
keep
sometimes.
we gotta keep
So-
pushing
Keep it
regardless.
pushing.
Well-
That's what relationship and marriage is all about. You know, compromise, wrong, right. You know,
It don't-
at the end of the day, as long as you're not going backwards,
Facts.
stay
Amen.
stagnant is good, but
Facts.
going forward is always the
better.
goal.
Yes.
Yep. So that concludes our show. Thanks for viewing us. Make sure you like and subscribe. Enjoy good rum. Today we're drinking. What the hell is this?
I think it's Appleton.
Appleton. It's one of their drinks they got plenty of.
Thanks for
This
having
man
us.
is drunk. Don't drink and drive, please. Drink responsibly.
Facts.
Thank you.
Have a good day.